Hello, I'm Fran Lesak with Best Week. Today I'm pleased to be joined by Cathy Weatherford, President and Chief Executive Officer of IRI, the Insured Retirement Institute. IRI is a group that supports the importance of retirement planning, including the growth, acceptance, and understanding of annuities and variable life insurance products. Before joining IRI, Weatherford served 12 years as the Executive Vice President and CEO of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. During her tenure as the longest-serving Chief Executive of the NAIC, Weatherford oversaw the development of significant technology initiatives to support regulatory and industry efficiencies, such as the National Producer Licensing Database, among others. She also was the first woman to serve as Oklahoma's Insurance Commissioner, a position she held from 1991 through 1995. Welcome, Cathy.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I appreciate you having me here today.
We're really pleased to have you. First thing I want to hit on is your organization's name change this past summer to IRI. For many years, your group was known as NAVA, National Association for Variable Annuities.
Right.
Then just a few years ago, it was called NAVA, the Association for Insured Retirement Solutions. Now it's IRI. What's behind this?
Well, I believe that the NAVA name was very narrowing for our organization. The tagline was adopted as a way to demonstrate the evolution and growth of the insured retirement strategies that are used in retirement portfolios today. When I came on board, we decided that it was time for us to have a new mission, a new goals and action plan for the association, and we felt that it was time, if we were going to do that, to go ahead and change our name, rebrand ourselves, to say that we are about much more than just variable annuities and variable life products, that we represent all annuities, all variable products, and whatever the next generation of those products will be as we build insured retirement strategies for millions of Americans.
Just a quick question. You're definitely using the word insured.
Exactly.
So is that like a way, of course, mutual funds are not insurance. Is that the kind of a sense?
That would
insurance,
that would be a differentiation, but what you may see going forward is an annuity wrapped around a mutual fund, and that would be an insured product provided by an insurance company using the mutual fund as the accounts where the money would be held outside of the annuity benefits.
Okay. And I interviewed you actually just about a year ago.
Yes.
This month, right after you took the helm here at IRI.
Yes.
You said your top goal was to restore consumer confidence in variable annuities specifically. Have you achieved this goal?
You know, we're getting there. We have worked really hard, and I hate to say this, but sometimes it takes a crisis or this meltdown for people to become aware of the tremendous benefits that were provided in the variable annuity portfolios that millions of Americans held. I have talked to advisors across this nation, and I've talked to people that held those variable annuities in their portfolios, and they were so pleased at the way that those guaranteed benefits were there for them, and that they saw the guaranteed minimum benefits, the guaranteed promises that were there. So while they saw tremendous losses and were grieving over other parts of their portfolio, they saw that this held up for them. It served as a tremendous hedge product in retirement portfolios. So consumer confidence is returning. People are looking for safety and security as they return to saving more, and I think that we have done a lot. We've spoken often in mainstream publications and advisor publications, really trying to reiterate over and over how these benefits held up during these hard times.
Okay, and I'm going to switch gears and we're going to get back to this
issue.
How has your state-based insurance regulatory, your experience there, impacted your role in leading a group representing the life insurance and annuity industries? You know, you were once a watchdog of the insurance industry, but now you're representing the entire industry's interests.
You know, I believe that it has served me very well. My background and experience in working with consumers, in working with agents and advisors, and in working with insurance companies themselves. Our new mission says that IRI will always do what is in the best interest of consumers, and that we, as part of that mission, we are going to do education programs for consumers and advisors, that we are going to focus on building understanding about retirement planning as a whole, and how that insured retirement strategies, annuities, and the new portfolio of products that are evolving as we speak can serve Americans very well. So if you use that as a mission, and then that means my background comes to play very strongly in helping build a strong, viable organization that becomes a trusted source for advisors and consumers.
Okay. And let's turn now to the fallout of this global financial crisis of September '08 that really hit. Pretty basic here. What happened to the variable annuity writers that offer the policyholders these popular living benefit guarantees? Now, did the industry ever expect the stock market to tank the way it did? And did it take on too much risk, Cathy?
I believe that none of us ever expected the meltdown that we had, and to the extent that that would have risk across the entire financial organizations. Now, having said that, I do believe, and research that we did last year supported that, that the hedging programs of the insurers and those that used robust hedging programs worked, and they worked very well. However, there were some in the industry that used different methods that may not have hedged as robustly as others, and certainly at that point in time, insurance companies had to spend a great deal of their capital to put and make sure that those guarantees were fully supported and reserved. And now, which I think says tremendous things for the life insurance industry, that they were able to support, keep, and totally make sure that policyholders were taken care of throughout this meltdown with those guarantees. So while insurers had to work very hard over this past year to make sure that they were maintaining financial soundness, policyholders were sleeping very well at nights. Our insurance executives may not have had good night's sleep, but their policyholders were certainly sleeping soundly.
Right, that's the thing. I mean, we're seeing many of the companies lower profits, losses, but just because you're saying that's not necessarily, they'll weather this. A lot of it was accounting related.
Exactly.
So yeah, so maybe that's.
And also, I think that from my, and this comes from my regulatory background, is that, the solvency laws, rules, and regulations over insurance industry is so conservative, and risk-based capital demands that, that the cushion in these companies were 6 to 7 to 8 times what they needed. That the regulatory community, I think, looked at this industry going through this and saw that that they had the right laws in place, that these that these laws worked for the insurance industry during this crisis, and now they're coming out on the other side of this looking much better, I believe, than other parts of the financial services sector.